you.
Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Talegian, San Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group football writer, joined by Miguel Melendez, Pasadena Star News Prep Sports editor. We have a big one taking place in the Rio Hondo League, and it has nothing to do with Monrovia. It's big on a couple of levels, Miguel. Number one, historically, San Marino and South Pasadena are a huge rivalry. Okay? I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe the Blue Bloods will appreciate me, kind of saying that, and whatever, and reminding people, because over the last 20 years, that rivalry's kind of been lost on a lot of people. But, historically speaking, big rivalry. And they are going to meet again, renew it on Friday night. San Marino 5-3 overall, 2-1, smarting off that Monrovia loss last week. Visiting South Pasadena 6-2, 3-0. The Tigers, because they haven't played Monrovia yet, still have legitimate league title aspirations. San Marino still has legitimate league title, playoff, barely league title aspirations, and playoff aspirations, to say the least. The reason why this is so big, besides it being a nice rivalry of of two schools that were once one school, is because in the Mid Valley Division, Miguel, you got to finish second or better in league to guarantee yourself a playoff spot. The loser of this game not likely to finish second. They're likely to be third place and out of the playoffs, or needing some help from CIF to get in. So that makes this one huge.
Yeah, and I think most likely we'll see these two teams end up with. South Pasadena still has to play Monrovia, so
right.
Go figure what that final result will be. So, not counting that though, you look at San Marino, and they need to win this game if they want to stay in that playoff hunt. And just like South Pasadena, they want to keep those title aspirations alive. They need this win, so it's a must-win for both teams in the sense that the winner keeps their playoff spot alive. And I think we're all in agreement to say that Monrovia will end up the likely league champion. So right now, it's coming down for league. It's a game that has league playoff implication on the line, and this rivalry is huge too. I mean, among the two schools, maybe not within the San Gabriel Valley, but between these two teams and these two cities, it's a big rivalry. So there's a lot that these two teams are going to play for, and the fact that it's a rivalry, I think, adds only more to the game.
Right. South Pasadena obviously 3-0 in league, but when you're playing the Temple Cities, La Cañadas, and Blairs in league, kind of like San Marino was before they played Monrovia, it's easy to get that good record going. You kind of find out about yourself when South Pass, San Marino, Monrovia play each other. That's when we're going to find out. Last week, Monrovia found out how far away it is San Marino found out how far away it is from Monrovia. But are the Titans good enough to bounce back here? I mean, these are two teams with good defenses. Are they good enough to turn this into a defensive struggle and maybe upset South Pass?
If you're asking for a prediction, I am. The short answer is no.
That's what we're doing.
The short answer is no. I think South Pasadena, they have a real strong offensive line. They're big. They got some size and strength there that they can really pound the ball. We saw that they can do that against Maranatha earlier this year. Although I don't know if that says a lot now, but
sure
at the time,
they're an okay team.
At the time, they really in that first time just pretty much dominated Maranatha, especially on the line, and I think they can do that for sure against a San Marino team. A couple of things I saw from San Marino last week against Monrovia. The score wouldn't indicate this, but they were able to initiate some long drives in that first half, and it was only 6-0 after the first quarter. Kwame Doe was still getting his yardage out there. A guy who was a north-south kind of guy, running back, and now seems like a guy who's kind of embracing the contact, kind of bouncing off tackles. If he can get in that groove, I think definitely San Marino's in the mix. But South Pasadena, I think, is just too strong up front to let any of that get in the way. They're going to, I think, control ball. They're going to control time of possession. I think they're going to have, and not an easy time, but definitely they're going to get the yardage on the ground with that big offensive line.
Miggy, I like teams in the game right after they got their nose broken, which is what San Marino had happen to them last week against Monrovia. However, I cannot pick San Marino this week because I agree with you. I look at South Pasadena's body of work. I think this is a legit playoff team, and I think that the season will bear that out. I think they're going to squeak by and win this game. I think it's going to be an interesting, close battle. I think South Pasadena wins this game, loses to Monrovia, but they still make the playoffs, and they're going to give somebody a nice push in that Mid-Valley Division in the first round, and maybe even a dark horse to get into the second round. I'm picking South Pasadena, too. You've got South Pasadena. This should be a really good game. You don't have to live in these two cities, and it's not really easy to do, is it? As far as at least owning a home, to enjoy this one. But get out there and try. Yeah, well, you do, but you don't own a home,
No,
right?
no.
You don't own a nice Spanish colonial
Nowhere
up on,
near that
up
either.
on Lombardi Drive or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, bring your wine and cheese, Miguel. And the rest of you, get out there and enjoy it. It's out South Pasadena. Not a long distance of travel, just straight down Huntington Drive for the San Marino fans. San Marino and South Pasadena, the battle of the two schools that used to be one. We both have South Pasadena. Get out there and enjoy it. Freddie, take us out.